I'm putting 2 bolts back into the bell housing because I realized that I don't have an extra jack to drop the transmission separate from the body. I need 2 jacks for that. This car is too low for me to use the ATV jack, so I am going to end up removing this engine with the transmission, despite me not really liking to do that. It's what's going to have to happen here. So again, obstacles, you don't always get to pick your, you don't always get your way.
You already dropped the car down?
I already dropped the car down. So this is life. It's alright, you know
so
what?
Just go ahead and kick yourself in your own ass.
No, what I'm going to do is once we get it further out, I'll put the 2 bolts in there just for, my only worry is that since we only got 2 bolts at the top, if it lands on anything, it's going to pull away. So, but once we get it separated and moved forward a little bit, I should be able to put the bolts in there without really having to fight. So I'm going to do that. And this is the last bit of the accessories and stuff that I got to take out to get the engine out. Obviously, we got the radiator, the fan, and I'm probably going to remove the water pump just to gain a couple of inches there.
Yeah, the fan, the water pump.
So, all that stuff is going to come out.
Does the shroud come off?
Yeah.
I see like this bolt and then that bolt.
Yeah, that'll come out. Radiator will come out.
We gotta take out the fan first to take off the shroud, right?
No, the shroud is actually... No, I do have to, because I thought I 2-pieced it. I have a bolt on that side for some reason. I know on the cutlass, I cut it in half and I bolted it so that way I would only have to remove 1 half of it and leave the half that bolts in underneath on.
Conventional wisdom?
Yeah. Unconventional would be saying, fuck it. But you know what? I'm going to do the smart thing. Just disconnect it and now remove the lines. So...
And not remove the lines?
No, yeah, we can, there's enough slack in the lines that I don't actually have to take off the power steering per se, like...
Yeah, you just remove it from the block and get it up out of the way.
Yeah. Bolt for the power steering bracket. If I was smart, I'd grab a ratchet, but I have a wrench handy, so we're just going to tough it out here. There we go. Once I figure out my geometry, my geometry.
Yes, this is what I need.
Oh no, there is a bolt in the middle.
Of what?
Middle. Okay, so that's why. Okay.
Oh, for the motor mount?
Yeah. See, this frickin' motor mount is like totally different from what's in that car. So, alright, we're almost out with that bolt. Yeah, I'm obsessive about lighting, so at work I got like gazillions of lights.
Yeah.
I just usually bring them home because 90% of the time I don't need them here.
Oh, so you remove it from the block, not from that center bolt?
No, I wanted to, but I can't with this style of, there's a bolt hidden in between. You know, if I didn't put that, if my dad didn't put that center bolt in, it would have been fine. We would have been able to do that, which you don't need the center bolt because it's got 3 bolts, but you don't need all of them. You only need 2. The regular mounts, it only uses 2 bolts. So, weight reduction. This is painful. This is just taking way too long. I should have grabbed a ratchet. But I think we're actually... we're home free. So now, since the last bolt kind of sucks to get to with all this crap in the way, I'm just going to remove the fan assembly at this point. So I'm going to move over to the other side there.
Alright.
I don't know if you're recording or not.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to record everything and then edit out what we don't want.
Again, a lot of this stuff I didn't put together. My dad put a lot of this stuff together. So like usually in this situation you want to use studs, but in this situation it's actually easier to have the bolts.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that extra inch to fight.
To move it.
Yeah. Because bolts are easier if you're going to set it up somehow outside of the car. Alright, so that's out. I need to remove the pulley. I need to remove this hose. And there is the bottom. I don't remember how this radiator shroud goes on, to be honest with you. I think it goes on already. But at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and do the easy stuff and just remove this guy here. No Oldsmobiles, and you know that, but people aren't going to do that. Why is this guy using 2 different wrenches for the water pump? Well, this one's fucking stubborn, huh? Right, I'm not supposed to be swearing. I'm supposed to be on like my best behavior.
Yeah, bro. My beep button's gonna start smoking soon. Here I am telling you not to swear, and I'm like swearing.
Come on.
You got a pick?
I'm sure I do, but I like a good struggle. Here's how not to use a wrench. There we go. There we go.
Well, my dumbass thought I was recording and I wasn't even, and then my screen went black, so we didn't even get that part.
Yeah.
So you can just go ahead and re-say it if you want.
There we go. See, that's moving way too easy. Now, of course. See, if I was smart, I'd put a wrench on the back of that, but I don't. I can't even talk. San Diegans. San Diego wins. German for win with German. Don't worry, people. You'll see my nasty ass arms in a few seconds. There we go. 'Tis the correct size.
Oh, that sounds good. The little zip, zip, zip. Hey, look at that, it's coming off.
Right. We'll slide it out once we get some weight off of it because it's still holding the engine in.
Yeah.
So at least I got the bolts out, and then once we lift it up a little bit, pull it out all the way. That way we're not fighting. Because also if you pull the bolt out, it'll just drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the biggest drop in the world, but I tend to screw up the bolt that way too. Oh, this one's good. Let's take off
You need
our
a little
extension.
breaker bar action?
No, I took off the extension because I'm losing some leverage.
Yeah, sometimes those just are asking to be stripped then with an extension on there.
There we go. Yeah, you catch it wrong. It seems a bug died in my intake. Looks like a bee. Dude, that should be like a segment on a show, like the weirdest thing that has died in and or around your car. Usually, like, since I work in a body shop, we always find like entire dead birds in people's grills.
Oh yeah.
That's a common one. Okay, so I'm gonna need for my next track. Throttle body comes off. That is like the last piece of the puzzle, pretty much that in my sending unit. Which guys? You're still recording.
Yeah.
Which guys? Always make sure you got all this stuff disconnected, like your sending unit. I see there's a ground left back here. You don't want to pull the engine out last minute and then like get held back by that. What did I tell you about that ground? I learned that very early on. I ripped out a perfectly good kickdown cable out of the pedal on my Cutlass.
Oh, I think I remember that.
I literally had the car floating in the air because the kickdown cable was that strong.
Yeah.
That was not impressive. So, let's move our throttle braquet. It's French now. Oh. Don't edit that burp out. That needs to be in there.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
I want all the burps and farts left in my videos. all human bodily noises need to be intact. That's how
You know what? We can always edit them out, and then we can just edit like a sound effect that's just like a.
Do the viewers really want to hear more fart noises?
I'm sure they do.
You need that? All right, so this one I got to be careful with. This is my EFI unit, so as you can see, like, it's nice and it's puking out fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over on top of my toolbox.
By the way, one thing I really wanted to point out is look at how clean that intake is down there. I can't really focus it, but...
Okay, so it's puking fuel, so I really can't do what I wanted.
You guys can see how clean that is. That's a shadow actually in the front of it there. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it is kind of dirty in there. But for the most part, it's pretty clean if you ask me.
Okay. Slide out. Where the hell did I do that extension? That was a good question. We're playing this game again, huh? Where did it go? Not quite as savvy as I thought I was, putting all the tools away, having them in one spot, because clearly I put something else somewhere else. And I now need the extension, which is MIA at the current time being.
You ever do it where you put the open end behind it and then you push on it as you're turning it?
No. Not that I have anything against that, just never did it.
So I do that all the time, it seems like. Especially on bolts like that, like long bolts that get stuck. You got a flat blade you can stick behind it? There you go. There you go.
This one came out easy.
And he spoke too soon. Yeah, that's what I do all the time. Especially with those flange bolts that have the flange behind the nut. Oh, yeah. It makes it so easy.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
There we go. And what did I tell you about that ground? It's still connected.
Is it?
Since I'm like pulling on a little bit of an angle. There we go. Since I'm pulling on a little bit of an angle, it's getting stuck on this mount.
On the motor mount?
Yeah.
Like it's twisting on it?
Yeah, it's putting a lot of tension between the car. It's like sandwiching itself because I should have taken it off.
There we go. Now it's starting to tilt up.
Cool.
Perfect.
Now I have to take off that ground before I rip it off.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Oh, ha ha ha. My wife asked me, what size pizza do you want? 20 to 26? 26. She sends me a text back saying, that's what she said. This would have been fun right here if I didn't double knot it. I just realized that.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. I must have put too long of a bolt in there. Okay. Good. Okay. On a little bit. Okay. Alright, this is where I gotta be careful because I don't have a tilter, so I have to kind of use the back to get it up. So, I gotta check on something here.
I was gonna say, you gotta make sure you don't pull that yoke out, right?
Yep. So,
I think you're good back there. Probably slide it forward a little bit. Oh.
now I'm stuck on the yoke. I gotta go free it up. There we go. There's just a lip there that I could have caught on.
Yeah.
So.
What is that red cable that's attached to that other cable? Or through that other?
Shift the cable.
Okay, so that'll just slide right out of there then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
I think you gotta turn it. Turn it so that the back end is this way.
I just go forward just a little bit.
There you go. Now just go straight up. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I'm trying to hold on and move that. I think you're good right there. Back there, you just gotta go up. Yeah. Very good.
If we can get this out and happen to open the garage door, that is fucking fantastic.
I'm gonna let go of it. Ooh, that trans cable looks like it's smashed.
Huh?
Is it smashed right there?
Ah, no, that's good.
Oh, okay.
That's where the drive shaft rode on it for a little bit before I realized that the cable was riding on it. It's time for a new one anyway.
Okay.
So, because it did create some very unnecessary drag on the shifter. And when you're trying to race, you need to be able to shift on point every time, all the time.
On point every time, all the time.
Sounds like a commercial.
Ooh, watch that hood latch. There you go.
So you see, guys, I ended up pulling it out. With
Yeah,
the
you got it.
transmission in place. And you know what sucks?
Yeah, it wants to go that way.
It wants to go this way, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it go this way. That doesn't sound good. Can you hold it straight while I lower it?
Yeah, for sure.
I think this ram, the seals are a little folded, so just make sure I don't hit the car, because this is going to suck. You know how I just want to lower it enough.
Yeah.
But I know it's going forward as it's going down.
Yeah.
I just think that's a little loose. So let me move this fucking bucket of shit here. And this is what I hate about my garage. I love it, but there's not enough room, and anytime I do a project, everything gets in the way really fast.
You know what though? There's somebody watching without a garage that's like, man, I wish I had his garage.
Guys, trust me. There goes my fucking weed whacker.
Weed whacker.
So no.
Yeah, you're good.
So I bought this house because of the garage. But prior to that, I worked out of my parents' one-car garage at their townhouse, and or shops that I either worked at or people that allowed me to work at their shop, which I had some of those opportunities. So now, woo! So we managed to get it out.
We gotta get it done because I'm getting tired of holding it.
I think you can let it go at this point. I don't think it's going to turn anymore.
No, it's gonna turn back the other way. Yeah. Oh, maybe you're right.
Good, cool. So we did have to jack the car up to clear the control arms, which kind of sucked, but ultimately we made it work, and the engine is out. This engine's been in this car for like fucking 9 years, surprisingly, without any issues. So now the hard part is going to be...
You got like a used tire or something to put it on? Oh, you're gonna... You have to lower it down on both the trans and put it on the stand, right?
I'm going to lower it down on the trans, just straight down like this. I don't know if you can hold it, but the other problem is we're going to lose, you know, as the boom comes down, it goes further, but we got like an extra foot in the back, so I'm thinking I'm just going to push the car back.
Okay.
So it just always freaks me out to have the engine suspended there.
Yeah.
Waiting for something to fucking happen. And as you can see, this is a later block. It's got a 350.
Because it says 350, yeah.
Am I thinking earlier? No, it's later. Later is new. I always confuse that. Kind of like when you get someone who starts working on cars and they think that the left side is the side you're looking at, but it's the side you're right on. So I'm going to roll this car back. Oh, there, I kissed the garage door. Man, this thing rolls pretty easy by itself. Okay, so I got about an extra.
It's got those loose wheel bearings, you know?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Alright, so we're going to come down. Alright, just let me know when I'm getting close to it, because I know that this thing is going to be like, oh, fucking
Yeah.
blankety jankety.
Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. Yeah, you're plenty good.
Alright, so for now, what I'm going to do... Come on. It's dropping ever so slowly.
Yeah.
I wanted to just put some weight on the back of that jack stand. Alright, that weight doesn't move. And then, for the next trick, I will need a block of wood. These are about even. Actually, I should drop it all the way down. I'm going to need a block of wood for that. And then I will reposition. Actually, this is probably about the dumbest idea I've had all fucking day. This isn't going to work. See, I change my mind all the time, but it's a good thing because it makes me think. You know? So, I'm going to use the front of the car to kind of hold it in place as I lower it. Because it's wandering around. I hear like in the off background, like the intro to Sanford and Son as I'm doing this. And I will need a block of wood underneath the trans pan because I do have a drain bolt that I didn't install properly.
So it's like really thick?
No, so it'll fucking hit the floor. I'll smash the pan.
Yeah.
This is pan number 2. Son of a bitch, to the back in the car.
Oh yeah, it's back
So,
here.
actually leaving those mounts on helped me out because I'm going to put jack stands on them.
That's a good idea.
So, this kind of makes up for that horrible idea I had earlier. So,
Not the one you just made before this one, the other one?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm full of bad ideas all around, but, you know, we're going to let people determine that on their own, what they want to do, what they don't want to do that I'm doing.
You're showing them what not to do, right?
I'm showing them the possibilities. Like using the firewall to kind of tilt the engine. I didn't hurt anything, but...
It's not the cleanest.
It's not, well, we're kind of got our hands tied with what we're working with here, to be honest with you. And you see my engine's fucking sitting all cockeyed and shit. I don't like that. So, like... This is a little horse shit on the pliers. Bullshit!
There you go.
Well, people at work were convinced I had Tourette's. Dude. Sometimes when I get pissed, I just start yelling stuff. When I was doing the,
Well then, you, me, Alex, Johnny, we all have it.
you know, I know Alex has it.
Oh yeah.
I've worked with Alex on stuff when they were still living at their parents' house.
Yeah.
But I think everybody has it. I just get like mad. People call it like aggressiveness. I'm passionate about what I do. When things don't go the way I want them to, I get pissed. That's passion, people. That's not anger. So she's out. We're in at a little bit over 2 hours with a little bit of prep work the night before. But the reason why I did the prep work, I was telling the new cameraman, which I'm not paying, I'm just feeding him. No,
I work for free.
My buddy Kevin. You know, when you're in the moment and you're getting this out, you drain the fluids, they end up everywhere, you're rolling around in it. I know I did spill a little bit here and there, but nothing major. And then, so this way, the bulk of your mess was cleaned up the night before. You know it's dry, you drain the trans. Drain the trans! I think I mentioned that earlier, because when you go to pull out the dipstick, guess what's going to happen? The fluid does not sit under the pan level. It rises in the transmission when it's not running. So I go everywhere. But yeah.
Make that sound effect again.
More fart noises. We were talking about that earlier. So, but anyway, you want to drain your trans fluid, put a yoke in the back so it doesn't puke out like I have on there. I think you can get down there far enough.
Yeah, I
to
think
get
I can see it.
Even a coffee cup, like a styrofoam coffee cup, will
Yeah,
fit
I've seen
back
that
there,
before.
but it won't survive what we were doing. The yolk survived. But that's pretty much it, guys. I think that's a wrap for today. The fact that I got it out and I didn't kill all day. Nothing went bad. There's a lot of good moments there where I even made bad calls, like saying I wanted to remove it with the transmission separately. It wasn't going to work out because I don't have 2 jacks anymore. I had 2 at one point, and my ATV jack is too tall to slide underneath. So we had to do it this way. Do I want to install it this way? God, no, I don't. I'm going to put the trans in first, leave it in place down there, and then I'll get the engine and then jack it up, slide it in, or I'll figure it out. But I don't think I want to put it in there unless I buy a leveler and just quit being cheap. The leveler, having the engine tilt leveler helps so much.
Oh yeah, I had one of those ones.
So right now we're fighting that obstacle, but just like a lot of you guys at home, you guys got your obstacles, and so I think that's a wrap, dude. Kevin and I are both hungry, and we got food coming on the way. We timed it just right, so
heck yeah.
fucking high five. High five, everybody. We are now an inspirational channel. High fives all around.